You know what most men think before they jump on a call with me? They think, I am in my own way. I am the problem. Maybe I'm just broken. And I get it. I used to believe the same thing. But here is the truth. You are not broken. You're just running old patterns. And the call is where we uncover those patterns so you can finally see what's really happening. My name is Matusz. I am a hypnotherapist and coach, but more importantly, I am a man who's been where you are. After 12 years of marriage, I went through a painful breakup that nearly broke me. I know what it feels like to lie awake at night, replaying everything, wondering if you'll ever get through it. But I also know what it feels like to come out the other side, to resolve the conflict, rebuild connection, and reclaim myself. The journey became my mission to help other men either never go through that kind of pain or, if they already are, to move through it as quickly as possible without losing themselves in the process, because I know how much it costs. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through what really happens on my clarity call, the questions I ask, the pitfalls most men fall into, and why it's not about fixing yourself, it's about rewiring the patterns that keep you stuck. Ever feel like no matter what you try, you're the one screwing it up? Well, here is why. Because you have been trained to confuse who you are with what you have been doing. You think your emotions are you. You think your behaviors are you. They're not. They're just patterns your nervous system learned maybe years ago. On the call, the very first thing I ask is this. Imagine a year from now, if we did this work together, what would make you believe this was the best decision you ever made? And men paint these incredible visions, being authentic, having intimacy, being able to show their heart without fear, breaking free from numbing, even starting a family someday. But then the fear hits. If I want it so badly, why don't I have it yet? Maybe it's because I'm weak. No, it's because you have been running protective strategies since childhood. Anger, shutdown, alcohol, control, overthinking. They worked once, but now they are killing your relationships, your trust, your peace. So the first thing we do is separate you from the pattern. That alone takes away so much shame. But what if it's not actually you that's broken? What if it's just old programming running the show? This is where most men get tripped up, because you have had decades of wearing masks. You think the mask is you. On the call, I ask, why do you want this result? What's so important about arriving there? And when a man really opens up, the answers always sound the same. I want respect. I want to belong. I want to feel purpose. And then I ask the hard one. So, why don't you have it yet? That's when it pours out. Because I only show safe emotions. Because I hide behind anger. Because I fake it at work and at home. Because I drink instead of feel. Because I control instead of connect. This is where I step in and reframe. You are not the problem. The patterns are. And patterns can be rewired. That's why therapy alone often hasn't solved it for you. Therapy gives awareness. It explains the problem. But awareness doesn't rewire, does it? What we do instead is work with your subconscious mind, with your body, with your state, so the old programs lose their grip and new ones take root. And if you have tried therapy, here's why it gave you awareness but not change. Therapy is like studying the blueprint of the house you are stuck in. You can describe every wall, every corner, every crack, but you are still in the house. On the call, I ask, what resources, talents, skills do you already have that you are not using 100%? And this blows men away because they start to realize they are not empty. They've got resilience, determination, past wins, analytical skills, even support networks. They are just not channeling them fully yet. That's where my process comes in. Hypnosis, emotional fitness training, and somatic work take those resources and plug them back in. Instead of talking about your emotions, you practice them. You rehearse emotional states in a safe space. You build nervous system reps until being grounded, being open, being expressive becomes second nature. That's why men who have been stuck for years see breakthrough in weeks, because we don't just understand the problem, we retrain it. Here is where most men trip themselves up. They try to outthink their emotions, right? They believe if they can just figure out the right insight, the right plan, the right story, they'll finally change. Wrong. You can't think your way out of a feeling. You can only feel your way through it. On the call, I see this all the time. Men give me brilliant explanations. Why they drink, why they hide, why they explode. They explain their entire nervous system in perfect detail. But when I ask, okay, what would it feel like in your body to drop the mask right now? They freeze. And that's the pitfall. Thinking protects you from feeling, but that protection is what's been killing your intimacy. So I challenge them. What if your so-called weakness, your grief, your shame, your anxiety wasn't weakness at all? What if anger is just energy? Shame is just repair. Anxiety is just a signal your system is out of sync. What if there are no bad emotions, just ones you haven't learned to regulate yet? That's when the penny drops. So what actually shifts when we sit down together? Here is what happens. You name what you really want. Not the surface answer, the truth. You admit what's really been in the way. Not excuses, but patterns. You see what resources you already have that you are not using. And then I show you how to put it all together. How to stop wasting energy fighting yourself and start practicing the essential skills of a secure partner. Skills like emotional fitness, so you can hold intensity without losing yourself. State control, so you decide how you show up instead of your triggers deciding for you. And communication that is grounded, compassionate, and masculine at the same time. That's what I call becoming a love leader. A love leader isn't perfect. He doesn't have all the answers, but he has the capacity to lead in love, to create safety, to hold space, to inspire trust. Whether you choose to stay and rebuild your relationship or leave and rebuild yourself, the path is the same. If you learn these skills, you stop being a man in limbo and start being a man in motion. And that's the difference. So if you are sitting there thinking, this sounds like me, I'm tired of masks, I'm tired of faking, I'm tired of feeling like I am the problem, then here is what I want you to do. Drop ready in the comments below, and I'll walk you through these 6 questions myself. We'll uncover the real obstacles, we'll bring your hidden resources online, and you will leave with more clarity than you have had in years. And if it feels right, I'll invite you into the program where we don't just talk about change, we create it. Because you are not broken, you are not your patterns, and you don't have to keep living halfway, hiding behind masks, numbing your pain. You can become the man your partner feels safe with, the father your kids look up to, the leader your life has been waiting for. That's what this call is about. And it all starts with one decision. Stop trying to do it alone and step into the work. Thank you very much for watching.